Good afternoon, beautiful people. This is Jason Simpson with IU Football. Who's your faithful is the name? Talking strategy is the game. So what a weekend it was for IU football. Man, we really did a really butt kick into them, didn't we, boys? It was we had a great game all in all. I thought that we would win. I thought we would win comfortably, but I did not believe that we would win with that score. I didn't think we would score that many points, but we showed up in all four phases of the game. People always talk about three phases. I believe in four phases. We showed up with coaching, offensive, defensive, and special teams plays. So they all played well, and that showed up on the field. So that was an amazing game. There's some things that we need to still work on as far as I'm concerned. Some defensive things we have to work on is a safety position. Although they had interception and a bunch of tackles from the safety position, we were still missing some plays. We got beat for one big play, and that was really the only play that we had the whole time that we were playing the game. So I'm going to move on to Iowa. That was just really quick for the game. I didn't think Illinois was that good when we started. I could tell by their offensive line and what Duke did against them in the first half. I knew that we could get some pressure on them. I knew that our team was more than capable. In the stat line, it showed. And we had Lodano getting 2 sacks there. It was amazing. He's turning into a really good player. Kamara didn't show much up on the stat line, but you guys have to remember that they have to double team him, and it opens up other players because they only have so many blockers for your front four. So you got to remember that the one-on-one battles was being won with our other players. So you have to look at that on film. Offensively, of course, we played an amazing game offensively. Got a lot of throws, great accuracy. Run pass option worked really well. Our running backs ran hard, all three of them. I misspoke on Martin's name, but he did a great job. Led the team in rushing yards. All three of the running backs did great. Black burst out of speed. I could not believe that. Man, I did not expect that speed when he got open field, and man, he just turned on the jets, and I did not see that. He's more to me like a bruiser running back. He's a dog when it comes to running backs. He just, man, he hits people. He lowers his shoulder. Has really good hips, low gravity when he's running downfield. He runs really well. And Hemby, of course, still doing a great job. I'm expecting more of him when we get to Iowa, just because of Iowa's defense. I think that we'll need to use running backs out of the backfield in the passing game, and tight ends also. Tight ends are going to have to catch some balls, and last week we had the tight end get out wide open, the tight end screen. Great call, great play at that time and moment. They were sending a lot of pressure, and we went right behind them and got a touchdown. But on to Iowa. Iowa is the team that I think is going to give IU some problems. I don't. Defensively, they run the same thing. They do the base defense that they have. The bend don't break. Iowa allows underneath completions and short games, but prior towards preventing explosive plays. If you remember the Colts, watching the Colts for a number of years, even though I'm a Bills fan, I still watch the Colts. They would have that bend, don't break defensive philosophy, and that's exactly how Iowa has done it for years. They're a very disciplined football team. Their assignment wise, they have really good technique, tackling, and their positioning. They don't really have any exotic blitzes. Their base defense is a 4-3, four down linemen, three linebackers, and four defensive backs. You will see other defensive formations in there. You'll see a traditional nickel package. You will see a 3-5 at moments. They will change it up a little bit, but their base defense is basically a 4-3 and using stuff out of the 4-3. They love to play zone coverage, cover 2 and cover 3. So they rather have the offense they're going against, forcing offenses to stay in long drives rather than hitting chunk plays, which Indiana, of course, is a team that thrives on the big plays. Their defensive line is very good at controlling gaps and not over pursuing, funneling plays to the safeties and linebackers. They're very strong front four. They emphasize on containment. Linebackers are tough and instinctive. I saw their read and react time is very good at the linebacker positions. And like I said, our tight ends are going to have to get into it this week in the blocking game. And so I just got a text from my dad. My mom is in the hospital. She has been in the hospital since the 3rd of September. And so we're dealing with that. She was in critical care. She just had a surgery to put a pacemaker in. And we've been going through a lot of different things with her. It's been a process. So I haven't been on here. I've been dealing with that. My mom and my son congratulations to him and his fiance. They just got a new home. They just bought a new home on the west side of Bloomington, which is really cool. And like I said, my dad just texted me. So I am going to get back to this though. Love you, Mom. Love you, Dad, if you're watching. Really, back to the game. Iowa rarely blitzes. They're more of a containment team. Like I said, the corners play mostly zone coverage. They will play some man, but very seldomly do they do that. And safety is responsible for the deep halves in cover 2. Kind of like what for your people, our older listeners, Tampa 2 is a popular defense that they use at times. Iowa really is good at getting turnovers with the linebackers, safety positions, cornerbacks. They're really big on trying to get turnovers. We have to be really careful about not giving the ball up. And when we get in the red zone, we gotta put her away. Iowa's really good inside the red. They're a very disciplined defensive team, like I've said, and they're very good at developing players. In short, Iowa's defense is conservatively, fundamentally sound and built around discipline and turnovers. They may give up yards, but really give up big plays. So I mean, I really think that we have to take care of this. You know, the best way to the best way to sorry, my son's calling me. I'm trying to got it. Let's now we have to look at how to beat Iowa's defense. So you know, Phil Parker's unit is all about disciplined zone coverage and eliminating explosive plays. The key is patience and smart play calling. Stay patient. You know, you can't force it. Which I think Curtis Rourke, boy, that Fernando Mendoza is really good at short passes and checkdowns, and the running backs in the flat is going to be important this week. We haven't seen much of that, and the tight ends and slot receivers, which we have very good tight ends that can find the hole in the zones, and the slot receivers are really good. Quick hitting routes, you know, slants, digs, curls work well. Play action can pull linebackers up in open streams and behind them. Spread the field. Iowa thrives when offenses are predictable and condensed. Of course, with IU, that we have a multiple offense where each week is different. Just like what I believe is in the beginning of the season, a lot of people were getting mad at IU about the offense, how the offense was running. But I believe that the coaches at IU, Coach Sig, the assistant coaches, they were trying to put a game plan together to get the guys ready. The offensive line ready was the first game. Get them ready, get them rolling, get them working, get them blocking, you know, get bodies on and getting them to work and trusting them to make plays. So that was the first week. Second week, we opened it up a little bit and got going a little bit more. Third week, we opened it up a lot with a passing game and RPOs. You didn't see much of those in the first two games. And we started moving a little faster. Our tempo got a little bit faster. So that's things that we'll be able to do well against Iowa. I really think that Omar Cooper is going to have a great game. I think Stays' tight end's going to have a great game, and the tight end who I can't pronounce his name, even though I should, because being around the Buffalo area most of my life, I should be able to pronounce it right, but I don't want to screw it up. We got to get them spread out, and so they don't get the chance to get their big packages in for the 4-3. You know, keep the game going fast. You know, run the corners. You know, I really believe that outside zone runs will work really well against them. Sometimes I think that you could even do a jet sweep of something in that nature. You know, giving Coop the ball in space, make something out of it. Really got to stress them linebackers out. I think that another extension of the run game is quick passes to the running backs, and I think that all three can do well with that. I just think that we could worked at. We want to eliminate turnovers, which we don't really do a lot. And we're going to take a break for a minute. I'll be right back after these messages. Just taking a break right here. I'm going to be right back with you. Just give me a second. I have a situation going on with family. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm going back to it. Sorry about that. Just had a little situation there. Back onto the game. Our offensively will have to, like I said, spread the field, use the running game. I think that our matchups are a little bit tougher this week. I really do. I think that Iowa's defense is always well disciplined and very good. Yes, Chase, you're on speaker. I'm on a live feed.
Yeah, I know. I've been watching.
Okay.
Okay, can they hear me?
Yeah, I believe they can hear you.
All right, so let's talk about football. Okay. You want to talk about what to do on them after watching the Iowa and Rutgers game? Their cornerbacks got beat every time, and I am clapping when I am saying this. Okay, every time. We have a lot of power going towards our side with our wide receivers. To me, if you're talking honestly, going to their home stadium, this is where it's going to be rough for us. Our team loves the fan base, period. Kinnick Stadium is, or however you pronounce that damn stadium, is very loud. They are very loud. And no matter what you do, this is when you figure out if your team is poised or not. We have E.J. Williams. We have Amar Cooper. We have Surratt. And we have possibly a runner-up QB for the Heisman. Like, you're talking one of the best offensive lines in the country going against one of the best defensive lines in the country. And this is where we can talk that shit, because that number 9, Illinois, thought they were going to come in and destroy us. Nah, we show them what's up. ESPN and all the critics, stuff like that, they're sitting there talking, oh, Illinois is going to beat us. No. Once you put belt ass to one number 9 team, Iowa's the next one. I have full belief that we're walking away with a win at their home. And I'm saying it now. I'll talk that shit. And anyone wants to come and talk stats and football with me, let's go right ahead. Y'all barely even held up against Rutgers. Against the Rutgers. No, buddy. I'm saying this right now. If our wide receivers get hot and our offensive line holds, it's going to be another manslaughter.
You really think it's going to be another manslaughter? Everybody, if you guys don't know, this is my son Chase. He's calling me on a phone from God knows where he's at today. He's calling me on his phone, and he's saying, about I have to disagree. I don't think Mendoza is a Heisman candidate yet. He's got to show me some more when he gets into these big games on the road. We have Iowa this week and then going into Oregon. Then we'll see if he's a true Heisman candidate.
How can you say that though? Look what they did. Look exactly. Go back to when he played at Cal against Miami University. Go back and look at that. He didn't have the offensive line that he has now.
Well, I agree with that 100%, Chase. I really do. I agree with you with that. I mean, he was a really good quarterback at Cal. He got sacked 47 times. He had happy feet. And there's times in the game that I see that still happening, the happy feet. You know, if he can get poised and collected, he does a very good job with our offensive line. And I'm just saying that he has areas to improve on still. And we'll get to see that this week. I think that Iowa will beat this team, but Iowa is a very good team defensively. They're a very disciplined team defensively, and we're not going to have the same looks as we did against Illinois. The cornerback was out. Another cornerback got ejected.
Right, but you can't make those excuses regardless, especially come from number 9 Illinois.
Well, I'm not making excuses. What I'm saying is that we were dominant in the whole game. We were, and Omar Cooper on special teams with the block punt that's what really got us going, and it kind of broke the back of Illinois right then and there. And in Iowa, I was going to talk about this later. The special teams of Iowa. When I was watching Iowa versus Rutgers game, and Iowa versus the Iowa State game, their special teams, there is availability for us to block a punt or kick.
Yeah,
on film.
That's no doubt, but we still got to watch that kid, number 21 from Iowa. I don't know his name.
Yeah, that special teams player. Yeah, he's an amazing player. He can really do it. He's an amazing player. We'll have to really contain him. We'll have to beat off the blockers on the return team, and both kickoff return and punt return. We'll have to really make sure we're gap sound and we beat our defenders down the field and get pressure on them quick.
Yeah, I mean, that's what Rutgers did against Iowa. They had the pressure going all the way until the second half, and then that's where Iowa picked it up a bit.
Yeah, they did. Iowa's always been a great team. Their coach is has the most wins in Big Ten history. I mean, and against other teams, they've always done really well. I think it's going to be a closer game than last week. I really do. That's my opinion, but we have some more to prove. We have to prove on the road that we can take people on, with a silent count. We really did a lousy job with that in Ohio State. We just couldn't get the center and the quarterback to exchange on how to do it. And I think with Pat Coogan, I think that will be better. And at this, Notre Dame is used to going into big stadiums and big games away. So he's going to know what he wants to do as far as a center goes, which is very important to have a center leader like that on the offensive line.
Yeah, very true. We'll have to see how it goes. Yeah, I like stirring up the pot. People haven't met me yet. They know already. I like stirring up the pot.
Yeah, and I know you like stirring up the pot, Chase. You've done it for years. If I could swear on here, I would, but yeah. I don't have Pat McAfee money. But yeah.
How do you think he got money?
I know he did, but he had money before he started the show, so I didn't have the money to even start. I barely have enough to get someone in here to help me do with my pregame or my pre-show to get the.
Yeah.
So after the content, I'm working hardly on. Working on it last night again. I'm trying. I'll have to get it going. But some more work to do. Might have to call one of my friends from IU that graduated and are big into that, computers and stuff, and get that done. I don't know.
You know, one thing I would like to see out of Indiana?
What's that?
More option plays.
More option plays. That's funny because I was looking at Iowa on film, and the dual threat quarterback, I even saw them running like an old speed option.
Yeah.
I speed option. I even saw not a triple option, but it was a two backers in the backfield option. So it's something that you gotta watch for. But I think our linebackers would be very good at picking that up. Our defensive ends are good at that. So the read and react from them should be good. And our safeties, actually, our safety is leading the team in tackles, I believe.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I believe that our safety is leading the team in tackles. I'm almost 100% positive. I think he has like 22 tackles. I'm not 100%, but like 95% on film I was watching. I was like, our safety's in a lot of tackles, and that was really good. That's Lewis Moore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's very true. But Dad, thank you for picking up your phone finally.
Well,
I'm gonna get back to it.
Well, you had your grandpa texting me about grandma, and then I have you calling me. I had your mom texting me, so I'm trying to do this and not be nervous as I am already nervous. So,
Yeah.
well,
Dad, I love you, and I'm gonna get back to it.
Well, thank you. Get back to your day. Hopefully, I have you on here with me live again soon. I love having you on here. You know this. Go find a tree to shake. All right. Hey, bye, buddy. That was my son, Chase Simpson. Everybody. He was on his lunch break. He's an arborist. So it was nice to have him chime in. He tried to call me like 3 times, just getting me all startled, but we got through it. Okay. So after I had my first call into the show, we'll go from there. Like I said, was talking with Chase a little bit about my next segment was going to be the special teams. Our special teams play last week was very good all around. A lot of pressure on the punter. Of course, we had the nice punt block for Pons, and then returning it into the end zone for a touchdown was a huge turning point for that game. A couple other plays we had with the offense really broke their back, and they were folded and done. But on to special teams. Our special teams unit this week, I think they have opportunities. They could do another punt block. I honestly do. I was watching the games, like I said, on film. Rutgers was really close a couple of times, and I even saw that. I just drew a blank. Darn it! When they were playing another game. Anyway, they were close to getting a block on them too. So I hate when I do that. Don't you hate getting old and you forget things? I hate that. But anyway, hopefully you don't hear my dog drinking water. She's old and she's a pain in the butt. She's 16 now for a big dog. That's old, my Athena. But yeah. On special teams, we'll have to get it going. Their punt returner, kickoff returner is solid. As you saw when they played against Rutgers, he ran the first kickoff back. Our kicker is very good at getting it out of the end zone, though. It depends on the wind, which I looked earlier is expected to be between 5 and 15 miles per hour. and 85 degrees out of the north. I'll have to check and see which way the stadium sits at Iowa because I just don't know. I've been there. I've watched a game there. I was playing junior hockey in Deerwood, Minnesota, and I had a Saturday off, and I got to go watch Iowa play Indiana, of all people, back in the early 90s. So, been an IU fan for 30 years. Love IU football. I would try to get back to town and see one game if I had a chance. Didn't really have much chances, but like I said, I've been 30 plus years as an Indiana fan. So, special teams wise, like I said, I got off a tangent there a little bit. Special teams, like I said, we'll have to really work on containing their kick returner. He's very good. He's quick, sees holes well, and they block very well for him on special teams. We'll have to break through the blocks, break through the wall, however you want to do it. We have to outrun to get down there faster with our gunners and get down there and make some plays with them, some tackles with them. And so I'm expecting IU will have a great game. I think that we'll win. I think it's going to be, we'll win by at least a touchdown or two. But like I said, playing there at Kinnick Stadium, it's loud, very loud. It's probably one of the second or third loudest stadium I think I've been in my life. Syracuse was a very loud stadium at the Carrier Dome. Saw several games there. As far as college goes, I've been to a couple other games. Notre Dame, it's a very loud stadium. And Penn State is a really loud stadium. So I think that we'll have to work on our snap count, silent count, whatever you want to call it. Like I said, I believe that Pat Coogan and Fernando Mendoza can get on the same page with this, and the rest of the offensive linemen and wide receivers. It's going to be a loud environment. Not Oregon loud, not Penn State loud, not Ohio State loud, but it's still very loud. So we'll have to be ready to deal with that. And we had problems with that last year. I think we'll fix it. I think Coach Zig and the coaching assistants will have it figured out. And recap and completion here, defensively, I think we'll do really well because they're going to have to decide whether they want to double team Kamara or put more bodies on Wheeler and Wyatt. So Lodano's been playing really well, so they're going to have to choose what they want to do, and we'll be able to disrupt a lot of the plays. I really hope we can contain the quarterback because I truly believe that almost 60% of the offense that I noticed was the quarterback making plays or the running back making plays and very little throws, which is surprising to me. The quarterback is known for being a very good passer. We have very good cornerbacks and safeties, Jamari Sharp, Moore, and Farrell, who I think is probably going to be another NFL player coming out of the program, late round pick as I see him right now. So I think we'll do very well against them. We just have to make sure we contain the quarterback, like I said. He likes to roll out of the pocket and make passes, a lot of play action passes. So, and actually run out of the play action. So as a quarterback run. very good at RPOs for this quarterback. He can run the ball very well. On offense, I think that we're gonna have to get our tight ends into the passing game, because they're gonna have to decide on whether they're gonna double Surratt, EJ on the outside, or Coop on the inside. So I think our tight ends are going to be open. Whatever one plays, I'm really waiting to see Stays get in there and start doing both jobs of blocking and catching some passes. And get our running game going. We've ran for 300 yards on every game this year. I don't think we'll get that this weekend. I just don't. It's my personal opinion. On film, what I've saw, that it's very hard to run against them, and we'll have to run to the outside zone plays. So, yeah. We'll have another podcast here coming up probably on maybe Friday. I might talk to a buddy of mine and try to get him over here to do another one. We're redoing the downstairs to make my man cave / office / entertainment room. Like I said, my son moved out. My last one left a nest, and my daughter's away. So, yeah. So we're going to make that into a man cave down there. My little office too. So, everybody have a wonderful, blessed day, and go Hoosiers, and hit the like button for me if you would, like on Facebook, like on YouTube, so I can start trying to get some monetary money out of this and grow my brand, get some good people on here. I'd like to get some of the old IU players on here, like D. Gray Scales, Isaac Sells, Dwight Feeney. I'm going back. Roger Saffold, I really going back with some of the old players that I really liked in the past. I don't think I'll be able to get a guy like Trent Green on here. But yeah, I would really like to do that. Maybe Anthony Thompson. I would like to get some of the old players on here. And I'd really like to do a shout out to Angelo Pons, D'Angelo's father. I really would enjoy getting him on here, but I think he wants to get paid, and I can't pay people right now. It's got too much stuff going on. So please like and share my show. We'll be having commercials on here soon. I have a couple of groups I'm going to do commercials for, I believe. I'm just trying to get it worked out. So have a blessed day, everybody. See ya the next time on the feed.